All right, hey guys, what's going on? I am Abel Green. I am back, guys. Today we are here to talk about Battlefield 6. As you can see in the title of this video, what Battlefield 6 is doing totally wrong. Now, shout out to Swagg here. He is a big content creator. He actually was flown down recently and was able to check out Battlefield 6, right? And he actually gave some feedback. I love discussing different topics about the games we love, and Battlefield is no exception. Okay. You guys already know on my channel, Battlefield 6 is just all the way a go for me, far as content creation and things like that. But just hearing from another content creator's perspective on what they feel is missing or is wrong with the Battlefield 6 experience is always eye-opening to me, and I love to have these discussions. And this, I feel personally, is going to be something you guys are going to want to talk about down in the comment section below with your boy too as well, so feel free to leave a comment below. So without further ado, let's get into what this young man is talking about.
Being a Call of Duty player, full transparency, multiplayer is something that when there's nothing to really go for in game, it's very hard for me to play it all the time. So Battlefield, obviously, I'm not sitting here telling Battlefield to change what Battlefield is. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as a Call of Duty player, the reason why I even fell in love with video games to begin with at the baseline was simply because I like getting nukes, or I like going for something in.
I could fully understand that. I could see questing and doing something in game that keeps you going in the video game. That just fucking makes sense to me. Okay, you don't want to be playing a fucking video game and there's nothing to fight for. There's like nothing that excites you in it. That's just terrible. You know what I mean? So I get where he's coming from here on that front.
Game that I can strive for and really shoot for. Now, as far as what Battlefield is, it's not that, and that's completely fine. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. I'm not saying Battlefield to change what its DNA is. Totally fine. It's just for me, from a multiplayer aspect, if there's not a lot of things for me to go for, to be rewarded for actually doing well in the game, then it's very hard for me to play multiplayer over and over again. I barely play even Call of Duty multiplayer for more than a month. So
okay, so this, again, mind you guys, this is coming from a Call of Duty content creator for the most part. Let's be completely transparent about that. And he's right though. If there's nothing to strive for within your game, and this goes for Battlefield 6 as well, if there's nothing to fight for, some gamers will feel a disconnect in the experience, rightfully so, because again, we all like to fight for something. Now, however, on the Call of Duty front, you're fighting for like nukes, different perks and things to be ticked off when you get a certain amount of kills and different shit like that. I don't want to see that in Battlefield. I'll say that I'm going to have to pick a side here. I'm going to say I don't want to see that in Battlefield due to the simple fact that it would change the demographic of players that come through to Battlefield, and it would start being more of a Call of Duty experience over time, because the devs, and I should say the suits, are going to be chasing those numbers and chasing those folks instead of the Battlefield experience. Battlefield is special because fucking Battlefield is Battlefield. You understand? And I personally wouldn't want to see the formula tampered with in that way, because honestly, I don't think it would bode well for you and I or the community at a whole. Now, with that said, let's hop deeper in the conversation here. This information here comes all via X, right? Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Links will be down in the description below for Swagg and all this content here, guys. So let's see what other content creators are saying about this debate here. Shout out to Ghost Gaming. He said, I don't feel like I need to be rewarded with a nuke, cruise missile, or some big spectacle for having an amazing game in Battlefield. If the gameplay is good, that's entertaining enough for me, as it is striving to improve and seeing the fruits of my labor. Is clicking a button on the screen because you got X amount of kills in a row and seeing the entire team get wiped out really rewarding? Sure, maybe for the first few times, but I think those moments get stale very fast once you've seen a few of them, and then all that's left is the frustration it causes, end quote. That's an interesting perspective here. Now, my boy Big Fry goes on to state here as well, I could totally get the suggestion, and I don't even think I'd be against it if it happened. I'm way more interested into what we're chasing afterwards: cosmetic, badges, dog tags, level rewards, etc. And to keep it all the way real, I am with Big Fry here. I'm more of a after grind. What's going on? Am I leveling up? Like Rainbow Six Siege had me engaged purely because of ranked, right? You want to see your rank go up. You want to see yourself progressing against the world. That's exactly what Rainbow Six Siege is, and they need to have some element of that in Battlefield. I always felt like in Battlefield 4 I was chasing my rank as well, and I really was entertained. Even though we're playing in this big ass sandbox or whatever, there was still something outside of myself, like personally just feeling good, to chase. Okay, we were leveling up, doing something spectacular, checking leaderboards against your friends and things like that. All that shit means something, and that should be heavy in Battlefield. There should be something to measure against. There has to be something you could come forth and fight for, because I feel like a lot of games are missing this point right here. If there's nothing to fight for, you don't have a fucking game, in my opinion. Period, especially on the multiplayer front. Single player games, they do something completely different. But on the multiplayer scene, if you don't have nothing to strive for, you're fucking failing your community. You're a failure of a game right out the gate. It just can't be a gameplay loop of like, hey, this is fun, right? This is fun. And then there's just nothing to strive for, because that fun for some gets very repetitive and they're done with it quick. There needs to be seasons. There needs to be things that reset, that have gamers forever chasing and trying to do better and progressively outdo themselves and progressively outdo themselves or some other players to some degree. That's just my opinion there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. And remember, if it ain't green, it ain't me. Peace.